Hello and welcome back. This is week number 3 for the Character Design for Educators course. And this week we are going to focus on creating our own character in Adobe Illustrator. And I'm working based on a template which we have provided in the course assets. And this is actually a completely blank file with only the layer structure in there, my sketch of Pythagoras, and another screenshot of a layer structure which is filled with the elements of Chloe inside a background layer, which you can easily delete when the character is done. So now it's all based on getting the character together in the correct layers. So I'm zooming in to his face in order to create a nice ellipse for his head. And I'm not allowed to draw right now because I need to select the head layer, and then I am allowed to select an oval tool and keep track of where the head will live. So I'm gonna rearrange it a bit. And this ellipse needs to be in the background of the head layer. So keep your eyes on the layer structure in here. Of course, we need to have a mouth as well. Drawing a mouth is quite a lot of work, but Chloe has a really nice detailed mouth structure in here. So let's open this structure, and all these mouths need to be made. But if we select everything inside the mouth layer and copy it, while this very important option is selected, paste remembers layers, then the layer structure will be copied and pasted in there as well. So let's copy it and paste it. So let's open this up, select the mouth layer and drag it in here, and delete the original mouth layer. There we go. So now when everything is selected, we can rearrange it and put it where we like. Of course, we need to draw the eyes as well. So the eyes can be drawn with an ellipse as well. Something like this. Of course, it needs to be in a different color. So let's double click on the foreground color, the fill color, make it black. Okay. This is eye number 1. We need to have some eyebrow as well. So let's select a rectangle. Maybe alter it with the direct selection tool. Move it somewhat over here. Give it a rounded corner. And probably this will do the trick. Again, with a different color, maybe a little bit more brown. Now all these little elements need to be in the correct folder as well. So the eye, and this is the right eye of the character, needs to be in the right eye layer. So when the eye is selected, we can see this little, in this case, green rectangle. Click and drag it to the right eye layer, and now it lives in the right eye. Let's do the same for the eyebrow. Get the selection over here, the right eyebrow, and please be focused while you are putting it in the correct layer. Now we can do the same for the left eye. Let's select both and Alt drag it to the right. An Alt drag will give you a copy, and we can flip it easily with the reflect tool over here. With a double click on the reflect tool, it will flip vertical. Okay. And this is the head. And of course we'll need to bring that to the correct layers as well. So the left eye and the left eyebrow. With the pen tool we can create the beard of the character. So let's select the pen tool, create with click and sometimes click and drag the shape of the beard. And click at the same height. Over here, click and drag. And over here again. And this needs to be the same fill color as the eyebrows. So let's select the eyedropper tool, the eyebrow, and let's move that to the background layer as well. There we go. Now let's fast forward and create the character. So this is his head right now. When we move downwards to create his body, we can do that with basic shapes as well. So let's create a torso with a rectangle tool. Something like this. Let's round these corners to give the idea of the shoulders, maybe a little bit wider. If we want to add a neck element in there as well, we should add a little rectangle on top and combine it with the rectangle of the body. Use the shape builder tool and drag through these elements in order to make it one complete object, and probably round these corners as well. Same goes for the arms. We could use a rectangle tool, which is fairly long if you want to have the arm in one solid object round the corners, and move it somewhat over here. There we go. Make this part a little bit smaller and continue on drawing the hand over here. And of course these objects need to be in the correct layer as well. So let's select the hand, move it to the right hand layer, and let's select the arm and move that in the right arm layer. And easily copy and paste it again. You can do that easily with a double click on the reflect tool and then copy it vertically. It gives you 2 arms and 2 hands. And these need to be in the correct layer as well. So the right arm becomes left arm, and this one over here. And let's fast forward again to give him some clothing. I think Pete is done right now, so I can easily select my sketch background and delete that layer. Yes. And that leaves me with Pete itself. Let's save it as another file. Save as Pete Demo 2 in this case. OK. And import that character in Character Animator and see if it works. So an easy way to import something is double click on Project, Pete Demo 2, import. There we go. Drag it down below in the timeline. And then this is the character. It works already. We can see him moving around just a little bit, so we need to pin his body to the ground. So let's go into the rig option, select the body, and just use this push pin over here, the pin tool, and tag his feet to the floor. So let's do another fixed option over here. And in order to keep his shoulder from moving, we can add some sticks in there. The stick tool will keep things straight. There we go. Let's go to record again. And that moves way better. When I blink my eyes, it doesn't give the response that I want, because I didn't draw any blinking in my character yet. So I need to add a little blink in Adobe Illustrator. So let's jump back to Illustrator again. Open the eye layers, and there's only the pupil in there. So this is the plus right pupil. This is the plus left pupil, but there needs to be a blink in there as well. So let's draw a little line where the eye is, somewhere in the middle. Make it black as well, maybe a bit thicker. Go into the properties, stroke, and then this is the blink. We can copy that layer, move it into the right eye as well, select it, move it to the left, and of course these are hidden, so let's disable the layers. Command S to save the file. Go back to Character Animator, And now when we go into the recording option, the blink doesn't work yet. So we need to select the right eye blink and tell it that this is a right blink. There we go. Same goes for the left eye blink, left blink. And now Character Animator knows what to do with those layers. So that works. And of course we would like to add a background in here as well. So let's double click and you can search for a nice file. I've already made a background in here in Adobe Illustrator, but you can easily use a photo as well. So drag the photo or the image down below the character, rearrange it a bit to make sure you don't have any black backgrounds, reposition it, and of course we can reposition the character as well. And I noticed that the rotation of the head is a bit strange because it rotates from over here, but the neck is over here, so I think this should be the rotation point. So let's go back to Rig again. Select the head layer and make it independent with the crown over here. And move the head orientation point a little bit lower where the neck is supposed to be. Then go back to Record and see if that works better. Now this is far more realistic than the other option. And now Pete is ready for the recording in Character Animator, and use it to introduce your character.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Click the link in the description below to explore more free online professional development on the Adobe Education Exchange, and click the link on the screen to subscribe to the channel for more videos.